Right, everyone, shut up. The podcast started now. So shut up even more. No, that means you can talk now. Oh, dear Judd, I can't believe it. We've actually managed to get you a medium-level microphone, a light that hasn't made you look any better. You still look pixelated as hell, but even better, we've got an old grandpa on the podcast. An old, smelly grandpa.
This is ridiculous. This is ludicrous.
I didn't warn Judd at all that this was happening, by the way.
Seriously?
No, he's not told me at all. And it's weird because earlier today as well, when I was like at work, I was thinking, I've not talked to Dad and that in ages. I should ring him or something, or I should see if I can like, I should see if I could like go see him, because like we're allowed to go over to people's houses as long as we social distance now, aren't we?
We've been slagging you off.
Yeah, we have.
That's fine. I've been slagging you off, so it's fine.
So much slagging. They've been massive slags. What?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what that means. But so for people, if anyone wants to know what's happening, is I've basically recruited my dad, and Natalie is with him there, to just tell embarrassing stories about us being children, being stupid little embarrassing
stupid, gross children, yeah.
So yeah, we do that, and I've also warned him about the regular WikiHow segment. But first, let's do a Corona update from the uneducated people. How's Corona, everyone? You all enjoying the nice bit of Corona?
Good. Corona's good.
How are you feeling about Corona, Judy?
I've not been feeling good about it. I was getting to a point where just shit was like going really well for me, like with work and everything. And we're talking about, maybe me learning a trade like dry lining and everything, and then it all happened, and I had about 3 weeks off work, and then it just all sort of got thrown out the window. Everything's getting sort of back on track now, though. We're talking about maybe me getting this apprenticeship and everything being sorted out.
Are you back at work?
I am back at work. Yeah, I've been back at work for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Have you had the coronavirus?
I've had it. I've had it. I've killed 5 people with it. They're dead by my hand.
Those are the only ones on purpose, though.
Yeah, those are on purpose. I killed some by accident as well.
We
also,
don't believe any
you don't know
of
how
it.
this works, but I've got a sound effect on for when we're on stream. For when Judd says something ridiculous, it plays a sound effect that says, "For legal reasons, that's a joke." That's probably the most useful thing I've ever had for this. So.
Yeah. I've said a lot of stuff that could get us in a lot of legal trouble, so...
Oh, that's exaggerated. So, I know we've brought you on to tell silly stories, Dad, but I thought I'd tell you people a story first to kick you off. How does that sound?
You can talk.
Do you want to say anything at all, Dad, so people know you've got a
I know
voice?
you can talk. It's not.
He's not.
See, no one's going to get that joke, Dad, because there's no video on a podcast. Do you understand that?
This
is an audio. This is an audio-only format, and you refuse to talk.
For people who can't see me, I were gesturing as if I were talking, but not actually saying anything to fool him into thinking I were talking.
It was actually really funny. It was actually really funny.
But it was almost as funny as Pickle Rick.
That would have been really funny if you could have seen it.
No, it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, right. Well, anyway, so this is. I think you two will like this story because it's basically me being completely oblivious and stupid, and Judd was there, but I don't know if he was drunk enough to remember.
Okay.
So, do you remember, Judd, when we went to Helena's birthday party and there was that magician there?
Yeah, I do remember. Okay, yeah.
There was a magician there, and he was really, really good. And I was watching him a lot all night because it was really fun, and I like magicians a lot.
He started getting weirded out. He just saw this kid staring at him from across the room.
No, he likes me to start with because he liked.
Oh, he liked you. He liked you watching. He liked it when you watched. Okay,
that's exactly what he was there for. No, but I swear he really liked it to start with because I was really excited by what he was doing. But then he'd just finished doing like this wallet trick or something, and he said, "Oh, I don't really want to do another trick with a wallet because like they're used all the time, and I want to do something else with something someone always has." And he said to like this, there was like a sort of circle of people around, maybe 7 people around him at this point. And he said, "So, can anyone tell me like something that everyone has?" And
I know what you're talking about.
I answered first, really enthusiastically, and went, "A coffin."
He said it so loud as well. In the middle of this birthday party, in the middle of a birthday party for his girlfriend at the time, you just hear Jake go, "A coffin!"
I thought I was being really clever and saying, "Oh, that's what everyone has," because I thought he meant what's something that everyone has at some point in their life.
Oh no, not right now.
He meant right then.
Oh God!
Well, the thing is, that's not even true because people get cremated and all sorts, don't they? So never mind.
I think one of the worst things about that is that you blurted out like an autistic freak. You went "A coffin," and everybody looked at you really unimpressed. The
Like
magician
talking
looked,
to Rhett.
the magician was like
It's true.
staring at you like you were a freak. And I was looking at you with both of my thumbs up, smiling.
Yeah, I looked around this circle at all these people are all looking at me like, "What the hell are you on about?" And this magician went, "No." Looked at me like I was a complete idiot. Obviously he would. But then I looked around and finally got to Judd, and Judd stood there like, yeah, that's clever, that.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh dear.
Papa, what have you got to say for yourself? Which one of us do you
Myself?
like more? Why don't you answer that? Why don't you answer which child you prefer?
Yeah.
I like my third child that you never knew about. That's
Rodriguez.
kept secret from you because I'm keeping away from your corruption.
I
My
know
third
about
child-
Corona.
I know about Rodriguez.
He's the one we found in the attic that one time.
Yeah.
And
What do
another
they
question
call
I've
him
got while
on,
Natalie's here.
What do they
is,
call him on Meet the Fockers?
Oh,
We thought you were. When he did,
Oh yeah, him with the big brow,
Jorge.
monobrow.
Yeah,
Jorge.
Jorge.
Meet the
Yeah,
Fockers.
my
If
favourite
you've not
child
seen
is
Meet the
Jorge.
Fockers, watch that.
Monobrow.
Jorge Capos.
Jorge Villalobos, they called him. He's my favourite child.
Another question I had for you both, because while Natalie's here, is: are you still mad at us for using that Harry Potter cup to pour piss on Judd's head?
Oh my God! You know, I was going to bring that up because I am fuming about that
Yeah.
still.
From 5 years ago. Still angry.
That is ridiculous.
Still angry.
7 years ago, and I still have not got a new Harry Potter
For
clap.
anyone
No,
who
so
doesn't
we're
know what
stopping.
happened,
We're stopping your pocket money.
we were filming
Oh
a
my
video.
God.
I'm backdating it to 5 years ago.
We were
Yeah.
filming a stupid video that's still on my YouTube channel. Check it out in the links in the description. And when we were just doing stupid stunts, and Judd had to pour piss on his head, and he peed in this like commemorative cup from the
Commemorative.
out of all, it weren't even mine as well, because we all had
I'd
a
be
song.
drinking butterbeer out of that, and then Jordan pissed in it.
To be fair,
And
but
not only that, I'll have you know that spatula that you were shoving in places that we shan't mention,
Whoa,
Natalie
it's
has to
only-
turn her vegetarian sausages with that spatula.
It
Yeah.
was only used for a
Sorry.
light spanking, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Right,
that,
Dad,
wow.
hit us.
Terrible.
Tell us a stupid story. What's your
Well,
favorite?
they're
What's
all
one of your
about
favourite
Jordan
stories?
pissing himself.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Everyone is about me
Basically.
pissing in some way.
Yeah, the name
Does
Jordan
piss
and Piss are
himself
both heavily involved.
Go on then, tell us one.
Oh, I don't know. Where shall we start? Do you know my funniest one is actually not involving piss? It's the time when
Who'd
we
have
went
thought?
to the cinema, and Jordan had this habit of every time we went to the cinema, he'd lose something. He used to carry around one of those little Game Boy things, didn't you? He used to have it everywhere.
Yeah.
And he'd
Yeah.
always leave it in the cinema. And we'd come out and he'd say, "Oh, I've lost my Game Boy." So I'd have to go back in, and staff would be cleaning up. We'd all be on our hands and knees, crawling about, and it'd be shoved out back of some seat. So we came out of cinema one day, and I looked down at Jordan's feet, and he'd got no shoes on. And I went, "Jordan, where are your shoes?" And it were raining, and the floor were wet, and he was walking about in his socks, and his feet were soaking. And I went, "Jordan, where are your shoes?" And he said, "Oh, I've forgotten them." I went, "Well, you better get back in the cinema, get crawling on your hands and knees with everybody and try and find them." He went, "No, actually, I forgot to put them on at home." 3 hours ago before we set off out to cinema, and I didn't realise I hadn't got them on.
Yeah, but you know what's even funnier about that story is that you got all the way to the cinema and back into the car without your dad even realising.
I was just going to say that now.
Yeah.
Dad hadn't even noticed.
Yeah,
It was
that's great
after the movie
parental
when he
skills.
looked down and went, "What the fuck?"
Great parental skills.
I remember you admitted to me years later, Judd, that I don't know if this is better or worse. That you told me years later that, oh no, I didn't actually forget him. I just said that. What actually happened was I just couldn't be bothered to put them on.
And to
Like,
be fair,
that's not
that is the real reason. It's like we were getting ready, and for some reason, it got to me putting my shoes on, and I went, "No, just not
I'll
today."
tell you the reason, because it took you 25 minutes to tie your shoelaces.
Yeah, that might be right. Actually, it took
Like
me
a
so
man with
long
no
to-
fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you used to try and put your seatbelt on in car, and you used to sit in car, trying to push it in all and going, "It's not doing it. It's not doing it." So
And you just weren't even looking. You were just like cramming your hand at
Yeah.
the
So me with my
seatbelt.
parenting skills, I used to think, well, if I keep doing it for him, he'll never learn. So we'll just sit on drive until he manages to do it. So an hour later, we still sat on drive. So I just ended up doing it for you.
You've got to learn that some kids are just lost causes. But this is a kid that took to the age of 13 to learn how to use a knife and fork, and he still can't really do it right.
Yeah,
I still
can't
just
really.
I still just destroy bread when I'm trying to butter it. I just
You really
ruin
do.
it.
He absolutely might. I remember the last time I was at your house, like, when you lived at your last house you were in.
Yeah,
He tried to make me a sandwich, and he did it so bad that it just pissed me right off, and I just put my hand through this bread. It's like, I may as well just do that and just fisted this bread
Oh,
off.
no.
It was,
Jordan.
yeah,
Jordan.
yeah.
Oh, God. It's scaring me that one day he's going to father children.
Is it though?
Well,
Is it though?
it's scary that right now I'm working on a building site, and is it scary that I'm one of the most dependent people on it as well? I don't know if that.
Oh, no.
I don't.
No.
Do you think that?
That's not even possible.
Do you think that's either a testament to me, like, actually finally after all these years growing up and showing a bit of maturity, or is it just that I'm working with such massive retards that out of all of the retards I happen to be the less retarded?
I think what it is you're because you've always been incredibly lucky and just got you've always just got lucky in situations and just crazy good things have happened to you. So I reckon you just got really lucky and someone's just gone, there, look, job, have some money, and you're just like bumbling
To
about.
be fair,
and fucking it all up
actually,
and they
to
don't
be fair,
realise.
that is what's happened because my mum has started dating this guy. He is the co-owner of a dry lining company, and he has said, if you pass your CSCS test, then I will give you this job, and I did. So he gave me a job. So basically, that's
Well, guess
what's
what,
happened.
Judd? That's
What?
also happening to me, and I'm not even lying. The exact same thing, including Wayne.
I know, because I've been
What,
told.
is your
I've been,
mum dating Wayne as well?
yeah, your mum is
Yeah,
also dating.
No, but
I think that might be a good time to announce
yo,
something.
V, hi.
I'm
Hello,
dating
hello.
Wayne.
You are?
Yeah.
Dad, guess what? Guess
Oh,
what?
no.
We've got our first live viewer, and they say hi to you. Do you want to say hi back to him? Their name is 1NVI1.
Hi, 1MVI1.
Is that his real name?
That's
That's on his
screen
birth
name, isn't it?
certificate. That's on his birth certificate.
I like how you're looking around your screen as if you're going to be able to actually see them.
No, I'm looking for it. Does his name pop up or something?
No.
Not
Only
on
I
your
can see it,
screen.
'cause I'm
Not on
the
your
one
screen.
streaming.
Jake can
That's-
see it because he's running it,
Ah,
but you
I
will not be
see.
able to see it.
They're calling you Bradley's creator, and this is a very in-joke, but don't worry, I'll explain it to you. I know it might take another half an hour to explain it to you, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. It's because this person who watches us thought that our channel's called Games Badly, and he thought that it was called Games Bradley, and that my name was Bradley, and so he's calling you Bradley's creator. It's all a bunch of shit, honestly.
Badly. Is the German guy not on with us yet?
No, he's not on right now.
It's weird that you know about the German guy.
I'm
When have you
sad.
been? When have you been told about the German guy?
It's on every podcast that you do.
He is on every podcast. fuck me, don't tell me you've listened to every single podcast.
We've watched them all today.
We've
Binge
listened to
watched
them
them
all.
back to
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are
Like Game
dog
of Thrones.
shit. Everyone
There is a
is
year's
dog
worth.
shit.
Just speaking of dog shit, I'm finding it hilarious how I dropped Judd a bunch of gear off and that sort of thing. And your camera quality is still better than Judd's right now.
Yeah.
He's
Where are
Chris's
you,
brother, yeah,
Judd?
Judd's
I'm at
Judd, who is
Nan's.
Chris, is
I'm
my
in
brother.
In
Nan's,
that little office.
I'm in the little office, yeah. She's sort of giving it to me. She whenever she does like any sewing or anything, she just does it in the kitchen anyway because she likes it to be more open. It's not.
Yeah.
It's pretty crammed in here, so it's. But I as you know, all my life I've been all right with living in crammed pits and like living in my own sweaty nerd place. So I'm not bothered by it.
Right, Papa, would you like
Yes.
to regale us with another story?
Oh, let me think. Actually, do you know, my second funniest one is probably not a Jordan one involved, but it's
Yeah.
the Luke at Hemsworth Water Park story.
Okay.
This one is amazing. I love this.
Well, here's the hair reveal.
So
But listen
Luke,
to
for
the
people
story,
who don't
okay?
know, was Jordan's friend and next door neighbour when you lived up near me.
Yeah.
And Luke was quite mature for his age, really, weren't he? Would have been about
Yeah,
14, but
yeah.
he had a big mop of curly hair, didn't he? And he was quite hairy and really deep voice, weren't
Was he older than these two?
No, I think
Mate-
maybe just a year older, was he?
Maybe he weren't actually a 14-year-old. Maybe he was like a 40-year-old just posing.
Yeah,
No, I think
maybe
you were
he was.
like 1 year older
Yeah.
than me, weren't he?
I think he was a year older than
Yeah.
Jordan at the time. But we went to Hemsworth Water Park, which is a little water park near here. There's a little man-made beach on it, and it was a nice sunny day, and there were thousands of people there, and the ice cream van. And
Yeah.
of course, you went in water, didn't you, and got wet through and playing on sand. And we decided to get changed. If I remember right, it's a long time ago, but if I remember right, Jordan and Luke went round back of this ice cream van to get changed into their ordinary clothes and had a towel covering the bits. So as we stood by this ice cream van and these two were behind this ice cream van, these two ladies with pushchairs and kids started walking along the path and walked around the back of the ice cream van where these two are like naked. And I think Jordan came running out more decent and clothed, and Luke came running out trying to cover his hairy knob with a towel. But then there were about 1,000 people stood behind him looking at his ass. So he tried to put a towel around and cover his bum, but then his hairy knob were on the show, and everybody were pointing and laughing, and he didn't know which way to turn.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Luke, if you're watching this, I'm really, really sorry that it may have scarred you for life, but it was damn funny at the time.
It was literally like something out of an In-Betweeners movie. It was
It
absolutely
was awesome.
hilarious.
It's disgusting.
I think what you failed to mention, Dad, is that actually what happened was I was holding the towel up for Luke whilst he was getting changed.
You and our other friend Connor were holding
Yeah,
it, weren't you?
we were holding the towel up for Luke, and Luke was getting
Jake,
changed.
where were you?
I was already done. Like I was stood
Yeah.
with Dad.
You were waiting with Dad and be around the other side of the ice cream fan, and me and Connor were holding up the towel for Luke to get changed behind, and these two women were walking around, and I think Luke started making a scene. He was like going, "Oh, good, these are coming." He started like getting changed, and Connor was like, hurry up. And I was sort of just stood there, and I just sort of looked at them both and dropped this towel that he was changing behind. So,
Oh my god.
so I bolted and ran around the other side, and Luke, obviously, because now his hairy knob was on show to these two women in
I love how
the
every time we talk about this, we have to specify how hairy his knob was.
it was obscenely hairy. Like there was more hair on his knob than there is hair on my head right now. It was ridiculous, and he, for some reason, instead of just going, "Oh, sorry," and then like quickly getting, covering himself up, decided that it'd be a better idea to run around the other side of the ice cream van
It was his own
where there was
stupidity, really.
thousands of people there. And they all pointed and laughed.
Oh, no.
It was like, and like if you had a nightmare or something like, and everyone's literally like comically pointing and laughing. It was that level. Everyone was pointing and laughing and ha 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 ha.
It
Look
was
at
like
the
a
nerd.
scene from
Look at the
The
nerd being
In-Betweeners.
embarrassed. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. I really liked that one.
What about when Jordan weed himself gaming while he were gaming?
Oh, he's weed himself so many times.
We've lost count at this point. I'm doing it right now. I'm just sat here pissing.
I bet you are.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that one weren't even much of a story because he just like.
He just did it every day.
He just couldn't be asked to get up and go to the toilet. And he was, to be fair, was playing quite a good bit of this game that we'd not played before.
To be fair,
To be fair,
it's not right.
You're not allowed to say. You're not allowed to say. To be fair, at this point, I sat there and pissed myself.
I think that's about right, actually.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, have you ever done it, Jake?
No.
I mean, to be fair. Let's put it into perspective.
At least he wasn't playing like a shit game and just was being completely disgusting.
Oh, it's
It was an
alright,
exciting game. Like
I didn't shit myself. To be fair, I didn't sit there and shit myself while I was playing the game. So there's one degree.
Yeah, that's one plus.
There's 1 degree of separation from me and being an absolute animal. So.
Oh my god.
One NVI1, I don't know how they want me to pronounce the name, is asking how quarantine is for you two. I think they mean you two.
Us two.
Yeah.
Yes, you two old ones.
That's
We're
been
quite
alright.
enjoying it.
Quite enjoying it. We managed
Technically,
to get
the man
lots
is
and
a
lots of things done that we otherwise wouldn't have been able to do.
And working from home is good.
I've been watching your yoga videos on Facebook.
Oh, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, it's great. No, great.
Have you been joining in, both of you?
I am, yeah.
Jasmine actually has made me do some yoga with her in the garden, so.
Oh, there you go.
You should join our yoga classes. We've been yogaing every day. We've been out bike riding every day. We've got lots of stuff. We've got a
We've been
beautiful
eating chocolate every day.
Yeah.
Also, we have given you some pretty solid shout outs on the podcast before. That's
have
so
you?
there you go. Some free advertising to that one person in Germany.
That will come and do
in
aerial
case
yoga
they ever come
one
over
day.
to Wakefield, just in case. They
Exactly.
might do. You never know.
Exactly. Jordan, we were on about yesterday. Not yesterday. Do you remember that time that we all went out for a bike ride and your Jake told me to fuck
the other
off?
one is my.
When? What? I don't remember this one. No.
Yeah, we were riding down Dog Hill. We were on his bikes, and it were wet. So all the
you are definitely remembering this wrong already. We were definitely going uphill.
We were going uphill.
Oh, wait, but it all splashes up your back, doesn't it? You know when you're on a bike and it's splashed all up the back. So Natalie went, look at Jake's back, and he went, oh, fuck off! And just rode off into the sunset.
And he said
Not happened at all.
I flicked mud on him.
Yeah, he said Natalie flicked mud on him.
On purpose.
No, that's not what happened at all. Listen, what happened was we were going up this hill and it was muddy and mud was flicking behind and some mud had flicked off of like your tyre, just a particularly big bit of mud had happened to flick off and it had gone right in my fucking eye and it fucking killed. And
what a shot! Nice shot, Nat. Fucking nice shot.
Yeah, I aimed it.
Fucking dying.
He deserved it.
Awful.
Plenty more where that came from.
I've got video evidence of putting plenty of horrible shit in my eye for comedic effect, and that was easily the worst thing that I've ever had falling into my eye. So I was in proper fucking pain as a teenager as well. I wasn't exactly like a full-grown hard man like I am now. But yeah, I was fucking killing, and you were both literally doing the thing you were doing to Luke, pointing and laughing and ha ha ha, mud in your eye, ha 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 ha. And I was like, oh fuck off,
That is pretty funny though.
That's what you have kids for.
That is pretty funny. Yeah.
You've got to have kids to poke fun at.
I can't believe you didn't remember that, Jordan.
I can't even begin to remember that. There's been
It's
so
because
many
you were
bike
fucking
rides that we
busy
have, but
you were busy in your head thinking, I just want to fucking get on my bike
Yeah,
ride.
you were busy
I
on your
know.
bike in first gear
yeah.
all the way around.
To be fair,
It's
that
like
is
Diggerland. What's point with to Diggerland? All you do is stand and look at diggers all day.
That's a good
And then it
quote.
was best day of your life.
Best day of
It
your
was
life.
actually
Everyone should
awesome
go
at
to
Diggerland.
Diggerland.
It was awesome at Diggerland, yeah.
Obviously
no,
not
I-
while the runners going, but you know.
I usually did do that on bike rides. I usually just think, fucking hell, I want to get home and get on my PlayStation. But I can't believe I don't remember Nat getting a perfect trick shot right in your eye, and then us all laughing at you.
It were aimed
Do you know why?
specifically right for his eye.
I think it's because you were like pissed off as well that they'd even made us go on a fucking bike ride in the first place.
Yeah, you were both really pissed off.
Why did you make us go on like these massive bike rides? Just leave us alone. What was the point? They were really long as well. You can't say they weren't because they really were.
Long.
They were.
It were amazing.
It was a long time to be out of your bedroom away from a
I know,
PlayStation,
that
weren't
whole
it?
hour.
Like a fucking 4-hour bike ride.
We've never done 4 hours.
If we're doing
Judd were in first gear the whole time, so it took forever.
if we're doing to be fairs, then we were at Dad's on the weekend to spend time with Dad. So like,
we were spending time with bikes. We couldn't talk.
Yeah,
to
Dad was on the bike. Dad and Nat were on the bike.
You were on the bike, but like we weren't exactly
and you
spending
two
time
were
with
just
each other.
trailing behind.
I think, Jake,
Jordan,
when you become,
to be fair,
if we're doing
to
to
be
be
fair,
fair, to be fair, yeah.
have you learnt to use your gears on the bike?
To be fair, I have. I cycled a few weeks ago.
I'm coming back.
To be fair, I did. I biked it from my nan's house in Cardiff to oh god, what's it called? Jesus, is it B&M? Is it in near town?
Arborill, bottom of the hill.
Is it
yeah,
the big Asda.
Yeah, near the big Asda, near the big Asda, sort of towards. Not towards, it's sort of going away from Jake's house.
We're just letting everyone triangulate where we all live right now by seeing all the landmarks.
That's
it's fine.
fine.
Don't worry about that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's so I biked it from there and back in I think an hour or like an hour and a half, and it were. I needed to get out and do something because it was in the 3 weeks when I weren't working, and
What did you go to B&M for?
I needed to get some spray paint for my models, to like base them.
Yeah.
So I needed some spray paint. So
are you still doing that geeky shit?
I am still doing that geeky shit. I'm surrounded by a load of geeky shit. Actually,
a massive freak.
Yeah.
Good.
He's still a great big weirdo.
Yeah.
Judd, you were telling me last podcast I was excited to go back to his sweaty nerd shop when that opens again soon. I was like, Judd, what are you on about? Don't go and like hide yourself in a sweaty room with a bunch of people. That's the worst thing to do right now. Come on.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm going to start licking all the seats that everybody's been on, which
Judd,
I've been known to do in the past. But
you can't act like you won't. You literally caught scabies from being too close to gross people. I don't trust you going into the home of gross people. It's ridiculous. Natalie, while our dad's gone, do you want to tell an embarrassing story about him just to even
which
it all
one?
out?
Like
just like
so
probably
many.
the last 20 minutes will do. Like how about that one time, when you were getting your yoga studio all nice and that, and he said he were going to put up that clock in your waiting area.
Yeah.
And it's like you basically you put this like center of the clock that's really small, and the arms sprout off that and point to you stick the numbers actually on the wall. It's not, you don't just hang the clock.
Yeah.
And he was putting these numbers on, and when he got to number 6, which is obviously halfway round, he'd stuck it on the wrong way around and put it as a number 9. I'm telling people how stupid you were when you put up that clock, Dad.
But then he always says that Jordan takes after his mum. But no. No.
I definitely take after you, Dad. I definitely do.
Of that story, because it's because they permanently stick on anyway. So it was like a massive pain to try and get it off without damaging the wall and put it on where it's supposed to go. But he carefully managed to get it off. And instead of just turning it around and putting it as a 6, he turned it round and stuck it where the 9 was supposed to go.
Yeah, honestly.
How did he do that?
Like how does he even get... He's about to do something now as well, even though you've told him about something. do what you're about to do.
Oh, you can't see, can you?
No, just do it though, so then we can take this out of you.
Get some really funny photographs.
Oh,
right.
I love this. No, this is still good.
Just
because
let
we
me
can describe
explain
it.
to the people who can't see what's happening. They're listening to a podcast. He's brought down some baby photos because he's an old man.
To show
and doesn't
everybody,
realise that
because
this
they
is an
didn't
audio-only
realise.
format.
This is wholesome content. This is good. I
hope
like
people
this.
watching the video version like that picture of Judd when he was a tiny baby. He's looking very confused, and his head looks fucking huge.
It's like bigger than mine.
Hold on, I think I can. I think I can recreate
Your
that.
head is brain there. Why are you so stupid? What's going on?
I think I can recreate that. Hold on, if it's like a.
Yeah, this is great audio content. That's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull the same face.
I did the same.
Oh my god.
It's a very confused looking child.
And now he's showing us a photoshopped picture of mine and Judd's faces on these two wrestling people.
It's
I don't. What?
We were looking at that one not too long ago.
This is all Dad. Yeah.
This is another time when you're moaning because I got you out of your bedroom and I told you that we were going to Bradford to buy some wardrobes.
Which, come on, why would we not moan about that? Why would we not moan about that?
What? And then you went wrestling instead.
I got them some tickets to see some wrestling because they were right into wrestling.
Yeah.
And went to Bradford and we're walking up this street where this theatre is where they got wrestling on, and they moaned all the way. So we'll just nip in and see what's going on. And we got tickets to see wrestling, haven't we? You loved it.
Yeah.
What was that? You can't complain at us moaning because we genuinely thought you were taking us to buy
Was that the plan the whole time then? That you were lying? You were just lying. You'd already bought the tickets. You're like, oh, I'll just trick him and I'll say we're going to buy a wardrobe.
Did a big reveal. Ha ha ha! That
was weird because I remember us walking up to this stadium and thinking, "Fucking hell, this is a big wardrobe shop, innit?"
And why is there half-naked men dancing around in a ring with each other?
Why is there so many people here? This must be a really popular wardrobe shop. This IKEA's off the fucking chain.
Off the chain. Yes, that saying that you say all the time.
But it was they were
off
awesome.
The scale.
Really it's off the heasy.
It's off the route.
It's swood, that's very swood.
That's
okay,
swood.
Right, so Dad, I know I told you about this, but you will have forgot. So we have one regular segment on the podcast where we take a look at a WikiHow article and try and sort of, we take it very literally because we want to learn a skill. So we're taking it very, very literally. And today, because you're on the podcast, I've got a special WikiHow article, which is how to be a good father. So we're going to see if you've missed any points out on this.
Oh, no.
Are you ready?
Let your children go to the cinema in just their socks on a cold and rainy day.
Okay, right. It's quite long, so I'm going to have to try and get through each segment quite quickly. So the first part, so there's multiple parts and then there's segments in those parts. The first part is being present. So I'm guessing I'm going to take that fully clearly, and you have to be a present. So you need to wrap yourself up.
Wrap yourself up.
Were you a gift?
Yeah. When we're being born, when we're being splattered out of a vagina, were you all wrapped up in like a present?
Yeah, you will have been. You'll have been in gold foil paper.
What, in the hospital? No, I just had me ordinary clothes on.
Seriously though.
What? I don't know what you mean.
I don't get it.
What do you mean? I had me ordinary clothes
I knew.
on. I wasn't wrapped up like a present.
I don't get it.
I knew this bit would.
It's way above his job description.
This bit. First of all, like the second I knew we were going to do the WikiHow bit with Dad, I knew it just wasn't going to work.
But you know what? He's laughing now, and he still don't get what you're laughing at.
Yeah.
He don't look. He don't get it.
Listen.
You have to be present as a father. You have to be present.
Yeah.
So why don't you wrap yourself up as a present? Do you wrap yourself up as a present every day to be a father? He still don't get it. Jordan. Seriously, Jordan, this is where you get it from.
Fucking, it is, isn't it? It just
Genuinely
is.
falling off my chair.
Jacob, honestly. But no, listen, spare a thought for me. I have to live with this day in, day out. Day in, day out.
Dad, listen. We're just taking piss out of what it says, all right? That's the whole thing. We're just laughing at it. And
We take
Let's see if
every.
we can confuse him with the next one, Jake.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Be there for the milestones. So that to me is quite obvious. You have to be there for all the milestones. So if your child's ever like into stones, you have to make sure you're there. Like constantly be there every time it's looking at some small stones.
Cutting edge. You could take him to see that.
Oh, that's a millstone.
No, it's a milestone because it's got the miles on of how far we are from town and stuff.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
Okay, good one. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, teach your children the important lessons. So what's the important lessons that you've taught us?
What important lessons did you teach us, Dad?
Not to eat yellow snow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Always breathe out after you've breathed in. Really
And I
important.
still forget to do that sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I get the first step right, but then I forget. I go.
Always look both ways before you cross the road, which, as you know, Jordan, if you don't, it
You
means
piss
that
yourself.
you get shouted at and then you pee yourself in the middle of the road.
Oh, that's some good foreshadowing for a story.
Which
that
is another story involving me pissing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Next,
always
oh,
make
go on.
sure you're at the toisit before you pee yourself.
Yes, good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
I've listened to those. Judd's listened to some of those, as you can tell. Right, next step: develop strong communication. Which, with how this podcast's going, I don't know if that's worked.
No.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't think Dad's understood what we're doing at all. Okay.
He asked
right.
me if I were wrapped up in gold.
You still don't get it. He literally does
just
not get it.
Confused
This
me.
is
It's brilliant. It's prime
fantastic
content.
content.
Brilliantly.
Okay,
Yeah.
next, you've got to plan trips with your kids, like having a massive long bike ride and then splashing mud in their eyes.
Yeah.
Or like convincing your kids you're going to go buy a wardrobe and then going to take them to see
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah.
But can you remember I used to plan when you came on a weekend? I used to plan a menu for you. You had a choice
Yeah.
of foods. I used to. Oh, what about your Easter egg hunts? We used to make little poems up, didn't we?
You
And
can't
used
say
to
lines
find all
on
your
stream,
Easter
Dad. You can't say Easter egg cunts. You're not allowed to say
eggs.
that. I've still got in one of my drawers. You know when we used to come over, we'd have like little competitions about everything. But if someone kept winning them, you had to make up new things we could have a competition of, so we could all at least win one thing.
Yeah.
And I've still got like a laminated a certificate that we printed off because can't remember what I won.
Oh, yeah, I remember them. And can you remember the? In fact, I've got them here. Your Christmas lists to Santa. When Jordan asked for world peace, but he couldn't spell, so he asked for world peace.
Yes.
World peace.
And
Yes,
then
like
he put
that on
afterwards, and he put, and that's it.
I did.
He spelt Lagna, world peace, and that's it.
Oh yeah, lasagna's favourite food were apparently Langda.
Yeah,
That, to be fair, that is an awesome Christmas list. Lasagna, world peace, and that's it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. What a good year for Santa.
Next step, you've got to
Unbelievable.
make time for yourself. So I don't know if this is going to go over your head, but you've got to bend the rules of reality and generate more time in the universe, and then just keep
yeah.
it and hoard it all. Yeah.
Like you know when Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet in Infinity War and he gets the Time Stone. That's what you need to do.
So have you been doing that? Because if you've not been doing that,
Yeah.
you're not a good father.
But I did it in my ordinary clothes. I weren't wrapped in gold.
He weren't wrapped in gold.
Okay, you're
No,
missing
missing
that
Thanos-
bit then.
ordinary clothes.
Thanos was a great dad, and he had a great dress sense. He only killed one of his children.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for you to kill one of us. I mean, it's gonna be me.
Dad, if you had to throw one of us off of a cliff for a rare gem, which would it be?
Definitely you.
I would.
Yeah.
Well, any one of you, it wouldn't really bother me, just so long as Jorge Villalobos was fine.
Yeah, good.
But it has to be that which you love. So it'd be Jorge getting flung off of the cliff.
yeah.
Oh,
You'd have to
Speaking of which,
sacrifice.
you've got to reward your children appropriately. So, are you going to reward Jorge by killing us both off?
Yes, I'm going to keep Jorge, and I'm going to let him keep his
Keep
monobrow.
Jorge monobrow.
For the idiots who listen, who are, because there's going to be some dummy who listens to this podcast who thinks there is actually a third brother called Jorge. That is a joke, just so you know that. Right, okay.
Jorge cat.
I bet if people will be wondering who's Jorge Villalobos, and I bet they'll Google it and find out who he is.
Yeah, that's good.
And it
Yeah, I
will
bet
be
you're
your
probably
son.
not even saying
Your
that
son,
right.
Jorge
Jorge
Villalobos.
Villalobos is actually my real son.
If we get enough people
Mechanic.
watching this, we can get them all to go to the Wikipedia article of Jorge Villalobos and change it so that he's the son of Robin Tarp.
Yeah.
Right, next step is punish your children appropriately, like shouting at them and making them piss themselves from not
Or
going over
just
the road.
embarrassing them continually for their
Yeah.
entire life.
Flicking mud
Well,
in their
we've
eyes.
got this podcast
Make
for
them
that
piss
now, so
themselves.
it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry. We've got viewers who do that for us. Literally, you can set rules for your stream, and one of the rules we've got is you're allowed to insult us as much as you want or as harshly as you want, so long as you donate. So, that's one of them.
Did nearly get arrested once for flashing his penis at somebody in Shafton.
Now that wasn't flashing. That wasn't flashing. That was warranted. She said, "Ooh, I want you to show me your penis," and I did.
A flasher like out in public for the people of the podcast. He wasn't a paedophile or anything like that.
No.
Well, not really. None of that happened, really. Am I right, everyone? Yes.
Yeah,
None of that happened. Not really. It's all
No.
jokes. Okay, next step. Don't yell. Don't yell. Be very quiet. Be very quiet. Whisper very quiet whenever you talk to your children. Okay. Yes. Good.
When was
He never yelled at you, did he? Did you?
Not even one time. Not even that one time that he yelled very loud and made Judd piss himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
The
even
other one
that time when what's Connor's mate Owen, when Owen shit outside of me.
Oh my god!
What?
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, Dad. I know what you're talking about.
Why would he do that?
For some reason, I remember me and Jake and Connor being inside with Dean. Me, Connor, and Jake were sat inside playing games, and at some point, Dean had gone outside and taken a shit outside. Like it was back when it was. In fact, no, you can still get out that way. He'd gone out the back sort of patio door, and just taken a shit somewhere. Because
Why
like
did he not go to the toilet?
I don't. It was. I'm sure it was like this. It was like he just couldn't be bothered, or someone was using it. So he just walked around the side of the house and took a shit. And I'm pretty sure I remember him going outside that way, and then him coming back in. And I said to him, where have you been? What have you been doing outside? And he just went, "Oh, I just went to have a look at your garden. It's a nice garden. A nice garden that he just laid a big fat turd in and not told anyone about."
Wipe his bum after that.
He must just not have wiped his ass. He must have had a shitty ass. And Dad came in and he went, "Who's taking a shit in the garden?"
Was I there? I don't remember that.
You were, I'm sure you were, and he just roasted Dean for taking a shit in the garden, and you made him pick it up, didn't you? You made him pick up his shit like he was a dog that had shit.
How old was he?
12.
Oh my god.
28.
28.
Yeah, nice one.
Still does it now.
Judd, didn't you do a shit in someone's garden twice? Like the same garden twice when you were posting leaflets?
I've taken many shits in
garden.
in many places. It was in someone's garden, but
Speaking of shit, Judd, your camera's not even barely on you at all. It needs tilting down.
hold on, it's because I'm leaning back. Okay, that's fine. It was when I was posting leaflets, and it. I did it all the time. Like I'd get through halfway through my walk or my shift, and I'd just need to shit, and I just had to go. Like
which was
so.
Yeah. It happened
Sometimes,
a lot, though, didn't it? Because we had energy drinks all the time. Because you had to. It was really tiring walking around, and you had to get up early for that job. So like you'd be tired, and you had to have energy drinks to keep you going. Which it's like an in-betweener situation again, isn't it? When he drinks all them energy drinks, and it makes him need to shit like immediately.
It just, a lot of the time I found toilets, like there were pubs and stuff to go to. Sometimes there weren't, so I just end up shitting in a ginnel, and just at any point anybody could have come around a corner and like seen me. It almost happened like 3 or 4 times that. But
I remember, Jordan. Can you know Ben, who you posted leaflets for?
Yes, yeah.
Well, years and years ago, me and Ben went out posting leaflets, and we needed a pee. So we nipped in this field to have a pee, and somebody must have seen us. And we had those polo shirts on. I'll not say the company name, but had the company name, letters on the back, and a big phone number. So somebody saw us peeing and read the phone number on the back of our shirts and rung up to complain. What they didn't realise is it rang Ben's phone in his pocket. So while he's still having a pee, he took his phone out of his pocket and answered it. And they went, 2 of your men are in a field peeing. And Ben went, oh, that's disgusting. I will sack them when they get back here.
Nice one.
That's great. But yeah, I ended up going into this garden because I thought the house was really dilapidated. Like there was loads of just grass growing everywhere. It had not been looked after well. The house was just in like just shit condition. And I thought, well, nobody's living here obviously because nobody could live here because it's such a state. So I need to shit. I will just shit in this garden because no one lives here. And I was taking a shit there, and I got away with it fine. But it wasn't until later when I was walking on had to double back on myself to post the opposite side of the street that I saw someone come out of the house and started checking the letterbox, and they picked up the leaflet that I posted, looked at it, and went back inside, and I just laid a massive steaming turd in the garden without them knowing.
That's hilarious.
So that was a good one.
But did we shit in that same garden again another day?
No, I almost did because like we ended up posting at the same area again, and pretty much exactly at the same time in the same place. I needed a shit, and I got to that house and I looked at it and I stood there looking for about a minute and then just went, no, I can't do it again. knowing that somebody actually lives there, I can't then do it. So what I did do was I went around this corner, and it was weird how it was laid out because you sort of went round this corner and then there was like more houses, but they were secluded from like the rest of the street, and you could sort of get yourself into this corner where it was kind of hard. People would only see you if like a car pulled round to that specific spot. So I took a shit there, and as I was doing it, I could hear a car pulling round. So I quickly finished, and I pulled my boxers up. I didn't wipe or anything because a car was coming in. So I pulled my trousers up, and I was just walking along, and this car pulled round, and the woman inside was like, hello, like waving at me. I was like, oh, hello. And she must have saw it when she got out, but she must have opened the door, and there must have been just this crap laying right there at her feet. So the second I got back round the corner off of that street, I just fucking bolted. I just ran as fast as I could.
Disgusting.
But yeah.
Have you got any more interesting stories you want to tell, Dad? We've got quite a bit of time still, so we've got plenty of more embarrassment you can cram into this.
Oh, I don't know. Let me think. What about that time when we went camping?
Oh yes, very good.
Yeah,
I like this one.
And there was a river running through a campsite, weren't there? So every day you went and got in water.
Because there was nothing else to do. Why did you take us camping?
I liked the camping ones.
And then came around one day and you were rowing. Well, I'm going to say you were both rowing a dinghy down this river, but actually what were happening is Jake were rowing a dinghy down the river. Jordan were just sat behind, pointing and directing him and bossing him and basically telling him where to go and what to do.
You know what? That is a great analogy for how this show's run.
It is.
Yeah.
Jake runs everything. Jake runs everything. I point and go, do that.
Yeah, and it was like a very expensive dinghy. And so I shouted you over, so you commanded Jacob to paddle you over on this dinghy. And I went, where have you got this dinghy from? And I went, oh, it belongs to some people. I went, okay, have you asked if you can use it? And you went, yeah, we've asked if we can use it. And I went, and was it their dinghy? And I went, oh, no, it's not their dinghy. We just asked them if we could use it. So a complete stranger said, well, you come for me, and off you went in it. So to this day, we don't know who it belonged to.
Did you return it?
I don't know. We just put it back where it was near those people. So we don't know if the owners actually got it back. But we returned it to where we found it, at least.
I've got a photograph of that as well.
Yeah. But I when situations like that happens, it's always Judd that ends up just just somehow these situations just end up happening, and he ends up making them happen, and I have to just be along for the ride, literally.
Do you think that's actually considered an act of piracy? Because we did steal a watercraft.
Yeah.
So I think that might actually be an act of piracy.
He's trying to glorify this, Judd. I mean, I know you've got the beard now, but he's.
Are you picturing yourself as Johnny Depp, Captain Jack Sparrow?
No,
Actually, it's called Captain Johnny Depp. I don't think anyone remembers his name.
I'm picturing myself as Davy Jones with the big squid tentacle beard.
Oh, yes, that's my. Oh god. Yeah. Okay. What else have you got? What about the time where you? I'm pretty certain we've told this on the podcast before, but I think it's fun to hear stories from your perspective as well. What about the time when we went to the cinema with Connor? And I'm trying not to do the big reveal here. When, do you remember when we were jumping up and down the stairs after the film? The credits had finished.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
This is so funny. This one. Go on. You tell it, Dad.
Now. I was hiding round the doorway, weren't I? So I think what had happened was, at the end of the films when is it Marvel films or something where you wait while all the titles have done and have a little clip.
Yeah, they're known for that, but it definitely wasn't a Marvel film. It was just a film.
And I was waiting for something to happen, and you three, Connor, Jacob, all went, nothing's going to happen at the end. So I was fooling about, like, well, you watch. So I sat there and I won't move. And you three walked off. So I thought, they've gone and left me. So I stood up to go out, and my eyesight's not good. But I thought I saw you three sat at the back of the cinema, or three kids in very similar clothes. So I walked past you and walked out, and I thought, I'm going to hide. I'm going to hide round the corner up way out, and when they come out, I'm going to jump out, whoa, and stick my fingers up at them and make them all jump. So these three kids walked out at cinema, and I jumped out and stuck my two fingers up at them, laughing my head off. And when I turned round, you three were stood behind me. And
it's hilarious because that's not even how it happened again. You remember this story's awful.
It was something similar to that, but it was somebody else's kids I'd been sticking two fingers up at.
Look, what had happened was, when you saw them at the back of the pictures, they were probably three middle-aged women with how bad your eyesight is. But you'd seen them, and you ran past them when they were back at cinema, and like stuck your fingers up at them, and then hid round the corner.
You were running past them like that. You were telling us you were running past like Roddenham, and you ran past them laughing.
Yeah. So they were still at the cinema, sat down, and you'd done that, and then hidden around the corner, ready for when we'd come out and like chase you to scare us then. But the thing is, you were hidden around this corner, and we were all stood behind you, and we'd seen you just run around this corner and hide behind this pillar, and we were like, what is he doing?
I went up to you, I went, what are you doing, Dad?
And you went, all we remember at that point is you went, oh, and jumped, went, oh, bloody hell, oh, we need to go. And then you made us all run to the car. Because you just rodded a family. You stuck your middle finger up at a family. So you just made us all run to the car, and like, when you'd just set off, you'd told us what had happened.
I thought it were you three.
Honestly.
Oh, I can't believe you. You're funny. Have you still? I'm guessing you probably still not have it in your garden. Have you still got that like half a Bill and Ben statue that me and Judd found?
Yeah.
Still got it, yeah.
We've got it all the entire Bill and Ben.
Yeah, because you found half of it one week, didn't you? And then week after you found the other half. So
Yeah.
still pride of place at garden.
Because every week, did you play every weekend football? You just
Yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, because we used to go like every 2 weeks, but you'd play football on a Saturday, and we'd have to come and watch because like there was nothing else. Like we couldn't be just trusted to be left in the house on our own, and we were
And
quite
your dad
young.
didn't have a new girlfriend.
No,
look
not
after you.
at the time. So, although, to be fair, if he did, it probably wouldn't have mattered. But we had to come to the football, but we were not interested in football at all, not even in the slightest. So as soon as we got there, and as soon as, like, no one was really paying attention, we'd just wander off into the woods and, like, go on adventures and beat each other up with sticks and stuff. And we'd come back, we'd always try and come back with some sort of treasure, but it weren't treasure, it was always some just rubbish we'd found in the woods. And yeah, one time we'd found half a Bill and Ben statue, and that was a massive find. Do you remember the elation when we found that, Judd?
I remember that. I remember stumbling across this Bill and Ben statue and being like, "My God, this is an ancient relic of times gone by." And we took it back to you, you know, like when a cat brings back like a dead bird and like expects some sort of reward, and we just brought you this thing back, and you just went, "What am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with that?"
You won't throw it away though, would
like,
you?
I was
For the
like,
people who don't know, if you want to look up what Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men are, it was like a garden statue of that.
It's a ceramic thing. Is it Bill or is it Ben?
I'm not sure.
They're
It
both
says on
the
the back
same.
of it. I think it's Bill.
Yeah.
Well,
It was great. Did we find the top half or the bottom half first time?
I can't remember, to be honest.
His legs first.
found the worst half.
But it was so weird because we took it to you. We found this, and you're like, "Okay, what am I gonna do with it?" And we're like, "Well, you can put it in your garden." You're like, "I'm not putting that in my garden, but we won't get rid of it." So we took it.
And to this day,
I
still
can't
in the
believe
garden.
we found the other half next time as well.
Yeah.
That was a party.
Who found that first?
Oh, it will have been you. You'll be the lucky.
Because I can't remember this. I can't actually remember this, but I like to imagine that we will have just been playing in some woods somewhere, and you will have been off like whacking some what is it, nettles. We used to beat the shit out of nettles with sticks all the time for some reason, and you will have been off beating the shit out of some nettles, and I will have just found it and just gone, "Jake, come here now," and you just come over, and we would have just been like, "Oh, holy shit, this was meant to be."
You know, the funny thing about that is, I actually think you found that when we were playing away, all the way over the other side of Sheffield somewhere, a long way away.
Yeah.
And you brought the legs back, and it was a league game, and by some quirk, 2-3 weeks later, we actually drew them in the cup. And we went all the way back over there, and off you disappeared, and he came running out and went, "You'll never guess, look what we found!" And it was his top half.
Oh, funny. We've had some quite fun adventures. Do you remember, Judd, I don't know if you'll remember this, Dad, but do you remember that one time where we started a weapons shop for all the kids who were watching the dads play football, and we just were like making like various fun sticks for all the kids to beat each other up with?
One time me and Jake became arms dealers to child soldiers.
So what we've learned is we've done piracy and arms dealing with kids. And then there was that other time where we'd brought Connor with us, and we were walking across the field to get to the football field, and right in the middle of this field there were like a fenced off bit of grass.
Oh, it was outside, I remember this.
Yeah, and we
Like,
saw it, and we were
changing
like, "What? Wait, why can't we go on that bit of grass? That bit's like done really nice. Let's like get through this fence, and we'll run about and do whatever on this nice bit of grass."
Yeah,
because we were complete idiots, oblivious to the fact that it was like, I don't know if anyone listens in different countries. I don't know if they'll know what it is, but there's like French bulls. Is that what they call it? Or like it was
Yeah.
kind of like that,
Bowling
but you do
green, yeah.
it's called a bowling green, and you do it on grass, and it's got to be kept like really nice. All the grass, it's got to be cut all the time and make sure it's very short grass, and that's why it was so nice. And we just trampled the fucking thing with studs on our shoes with football
'cause we
boots.
got football boots and we were running about on
God.
it. And they came running over to me. We've been getting ready to play football. I came out and they all came running over. And Connor said, "That man over there's been shouting at us." I said, "Well, what you been up to?" He went, "Well, we've just been playing football over there." They came running over and shouted, "So they're your fucking kids?" Yes, they've been playing football at Bowling Green.
We didn't know what it was. We just thought it was a nice bit of grass.
Oh no.
I can't believe, like, we literally, that was entire. We weren't like doing it to be bad. Literally, any situation where we do something bad like that, we're just thick. We were just stupid. Right.
I remember
So
that, though.
we're sort of coming towards the end of the podcast. Have you got a last story that you can regale us with, Dad, that you want to finish off with?
Ooh, can you think of anything? Ooh.
Surely
No.
there must be another one
I
about
have-
Jake.
I have one about me.
Okay, go for it.
Dad, do you? I'll not say a name, mainly because I don't remember it. But do you remember the one girlfriend you had, who she had the other two lads.
Yeah,
She had dogs of her
Yeah.
own. She had the nice dog. She had a nice house, didn't she? She was living in a nice place, and
Who is it?
I
Can't say a name. Just give her a different name, Judd. Give her a different name.
It's Julie.
Bo.
Oh,
Just-
he said
just
Julie.
second name.
Yeah, that's her actual name. Just so you know.
So we're at her
I did
house.
well. I remember the name.
No, it's not because we couldn't remember it. We just didn't want to say it publicly if we were going to say a stupid, embarrassing story.
It's embarrassing about me. It's not embarrassing about her, so it's fine.
Okay. Maybe she don't want to be associated with Dad ever. Maybe she wants no one to know that they were ever near each other.
Okay, that's fair enough. But anyway, we're at a house, and you and her were in the living room, just watching TV and shit. I know that you weren't making sweet, passionate love because we could actually see through into the room.
And also because that's a sin.
That is a sin. You weren't married, so that would be against God's will if you were having sex. And I trust that you and Natalie still haven't had sex yet because you're not being married.
No,
Okay.
and I was saving myself for
Definitely not.
Natalie.
Yeah.
That's good. But
Yeah.
we ended up getting some beers. Me, Jake, and these two lads.
Did we?
It was, yeah, we got loads.
I don't even remember this.
We got loads of beers, and I used to be a massive fucking lightweight, and Jake can agree to that.
Extremely.
I used to be a massive lightweight, and
It would have been when you were about 11 then, Jordan.
yep.
You would have been 12 because I remember being 14 specifically.
Well, I will have been 12. I will have been 12 then. Dad, I will say this. I don't think Dad or the lady knew.
Lady in question.
Lady in question. I don't think they knew.
I don't remember this at all, so I don't know.
Okay, well, this did happen. I remember it very vividly. And we were just drinking loads. We were just drinking loads of these beers. And I ended up being really, really sick because I drank so much. And obviously I was like 12. And I went into a toilet and I just fucking threw up everywhere.
What, in her toilet?
In her toilet. Everywhere. Like, it got all over the floor. I think it actually cracked the, ceramic. Because it was, just that much.
This was a dream. I swear this cannot be real. You just told us you vomited a toilet to death.
Dad,
You
remember
cracked
it?
the ceramic with you, the
Oh,
vomiting.
do you not remember, Dad, surely you remember her having to, clean it up?
No, I can't remember.
Do you not this
You
definitely
can't
happened?
rely on Dad's memory, to be fair.
Okay,
No.
I swear to God this
Was
happened.
Jake there?
Yeah, he was.
I don't
Jake
remember. I don't remember it at all.
I don't think it happened,
And
Jordan.
the projectile was so powerful it broke the toilet in two.
Yeah,
It broke the fabric of reality.
I swear to God that's real. I just threw up all over her bathroom and she had to clean up. And I remember standing there going, oh, I'm sorry. She's going, no, it's okay, it's fine.
Well, how about, Dad? Yeah, why don't you tell the story of, do you remember when we were watching X Factor that one time and a brilliant idea sprouted in your head?
For X Factor?
Yeah, because do you remember they were showing that scene where Simon Cowell were walking through that crowd and people were like handing him the babies to sign?
Okay.
It takes some triggering these memories, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we decided that we wanted Simon Cowell to kiss my baby, which were Jordan.
But Jordan was 13 at the time.
Yeah, and you were a little bit podgy, weren't you? So we stripped him top half off. And we got a big black marker pen.
And he was saying, no, I don't want you to stop, please. He was really didn't want you to, but you were adamant. You were like, get over here.
Permanent marker that would never wash off. Yeah. And he wrote on his tubby little belly, Simon Cowell, please kiss my baby.
Yeah, you wrote that on just chubby belly.
I'm sure we have this picture.
Yeah, we have it somewhere. It's pretty funny.
It's probably still on your It's probably still on your body now.
I remember finding it hilarious how Judd just really didn't want to. Like, it's not like you were up with a lot of stuff. You didn't mind doing stuff for a laugh at all, even then. But for some reason, you just really didn't want him to do that. But he was just like, no, get over here. I'm fucking doing it. Literally pinned him down. You like pinned him down with your like legs on top of his arms like that, so he couldn't move. And you were like writing it all over his belly. And the picture of Judd that we've got of it with his tubby belly hanging out saying, Simon Cowell, please kiss my baby. He looks so pissed off. He looks so done. It's hilarious. That's
reminded me of a funny story when I was a little lad. And I lived with my mum. And she had a friend who lived maybe 4 or 5 doors away. And a friend had a daughter who was maybe a year or so younger than me, but we're only little kids. And we're playing in their back garden. And when you're going through that stage and you're young and you think you show me yours and I'll show you mine. So we're in their back garden and talking about.
Hold on. What stage?
No one ever plays
it. I've never gone up to my mate and go, "Oh, show me your cock," and I'll show you my cock.
I was 48-year-old at this stage. No, we were little kids, but we were in a garden and we were getting undressed and looking at each other's bits and giggling. And then when I got home, nobody knew. I got home at night. And then next day, my mum said, "Why were you and Lorraine stop taking your clothes off in their back garden?" And I thought, shit, how does she know? How does she know? Somebody must have seen us. And do you know what it was? You know when you're little kids and you have your school uniform and your mum sews your name in the back of everything so you don't get lost. I went home with Lorraine Stott's vest on, and when my mum did washing next day, she realised that I'd got a Lorraine Stott's vest on and Lorraine Stott had Robin Tapp's vest on. So I got done.
This is beautiful. That's so funny. I've never heard that one before. But it has reminded me of, do you remember the time, it's a story from when you were a kid as well, when it were really cold in the winter and how you'd decided you were going to try and warm up at lunch because you didn't want to be made to go outside?
Oh, yeah, so we didn't want to be out at playgrounds, so we used to try and get in classrooms.
Yeah.
So me and my best friend at school were Paul Hudson, so we climbed in through a window back into school. And we went up onto the top floor, which is where our cookery rooms were. And what we used to do is we used to take our sandwiches in, and sometimes we'd climb up on top of a cupboard, or really high level. So if we laid down, you couldn't see us from class. But this one time, they piled a load of books and stuff on this cupboard. So we got into a base unit. 2 of us squeezed inside a base unit, and Paul Hudson, before we got in, had started looking through fridge to see what they were, and they'd been baking mince pies in this cookery class, so we took the mince pies, got squeezed in this base unit, and he got his lighter out of his pocket and he was heating these mince pies up and was sat eating more mince pies squeezed in this base unit. When dinner time were over, we used to crawl out and then go to our next class. Unbeknownst to us, teacher had called some of these students must have wanted extra tuition. So at dinner time, they all came in and started cooking, and we were trapped in this base unit. And we couldn't get out because we get caught. So we carried on eating these mince pies, and this girl came to get some of her ingredients out of this cupboard that we were sat in, and she opened it, and there's me and Paul Hudson sat there eating mince pies up. She just went, "Oh," and we waved at her. She shut the door and walked off.
Her reaction is just priceless. She's like, "Oh, that's the cupboard where we keep the boys, not my ingredients."
Oh, this is the boy cupboard, and then
Never said a word. She just walked off and carried on.
do you think she knew what like you were up to? Do you think she was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay?
Yeah, we were warming her mince pies up.
She...
So good. Right, okay. Well, that's a podcast. Thank you for attending said podcast and embarrassing us thoroughly.
This was fun. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, that was a good special edition. Just so for the people who have listened all the way through, what we're going to be talking about next week, we've got another WikiHow that. Don't worry, Dad won't be here. It'll not go over his head. We'll do it properly next time. And we're going to be learning how to survive in the wild. So there you go. That's going to be brilliant. Okay, right. Have you got any last words you want to say, Dad? You've only got 2 words you can say. Go.
Boobs.
And bums.
Perfect. Bye.
That's brilliant.
Bye.
Bye.